You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, here we are. January 9th. You know what that means. The WNBA CBA deadline has come and gone. And we have no agreement between the Players Association and the WNBA/NBA. I always say /NBA because most of this is owned by the NBA owners, right? You've had Adam Silver get pretty vocal here. Oddly enough, I mean, I know Kathy Engelbert's still there lurking, but I really feel like that Adam Silver's in the background here, right? And I think that's why you're seeing, and it's weird, I never thought I would actually give Adam Silver credit for anything because there's been times he's been a dumpster fire with the NBA. But he recognizes public perception right now is doing what? Switching over into the favor of the owners. All right? All these people have sat back. I've seen comments. People are now very aware of the raises, the financial raises that these players have been offered from the league. And everybody's sitting back, and people are fully aware the league hasn't made any money. And they're like, so you don't want a 9 times raise. You literally, you don't want a salary that increases by that much. That obviously can offer anybody a comfortable living. Never mind the fact that some of these players got endorsements and they're playing in other leagues, blah, blah, blah. Let's be real now. Anybody that's playing women's basketball, even an average player at this point, probably can make $1.5 million a year. We don't want to hear that this ain't enough money. Now, obviously, I'm talking about you combine it with Unrivaled or you combine it with Project B, whatever. But under this new system, you're talking about $780,000 for an average player, and then, I don't know, go to Project B and probably make another $2 million. Hell, some of these players really and truly may end up making $3 million a year, and they may be able to combine the WNBA and Project B and make just make a baseline $4 or $5 million. Come on. That's plenty. That's plenty for a league that's never made any money. Come on, you got to be reasonable. WNBA's collective bargaining agreement with players expires at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Friday. So actually, it hasn't come and gone. They got until tonight, right before midnight. It might as well have come and gone. The way they're talking, they're basically saying it's a wrap. And a deal won't be done. And the league is bracing for the possibility of eventual player strike. And it's crazy because these players are considering a strike right now. You want to talk about looking horrible publicly? Boy, you're going to look terrible. The WNBA and the Players Association remain far apart on the deal. The key sticky point at the center of negotiation is how the league and the players share revenue. That split dictates the size of players' salaries, which both sides agreed need to significantly rise. It goes on to talk about the revenue sharing split. I'm not going over these numbers again. Quote, the WNBA continues to negotiate in good faith with the goal of reaching a deal as soon as possible. Our focus remains on reaching an agreement that significantly increases player compensation while ensuring long-term growth of the business, said a WNBA spokesperson in a statement. The spokesperson declined to provide specific league revenue figures for 2025. Now, Breanna Stewart came out and made comments about this. I didn't make a video yesterday because I covered it the day before yesterday. The comment she made in a video on a clip. The passing of deadline will trigger a period of status quo in which the current CBA remains in place until either the league or the union reach a new deal or one side halts negotiations. Given the significant difference in ask, the WNBPA announced on December 18th that its members have voted overwhelmingly to authorize a strike when necessary. That could theoretically happen as soon as midnight, though. Stewart said Thursday the WNBPA will continue to negotiate in good faith. You better. Of course, the court of public opinion is going to be a mother on this. Striking is, quote, not something that we're going to do right this second, but we have in our back pocket. WNBA players, the WNBA won't lock out players, sources told CNBC. Bravo. And if the players do strike, that doesn't necessarily mean games will be missed. The season doesn't start till May. I can tell you this, we're officially looking at a severely condensed offseason now. God, that's a smart move from the league. They won't lock out the players. They're waiting for the players to, hey, go ahead, go strike, see how this looks. I mean, we've literally offered you to go from a $249,000 salary to a nearly $2 million salary by the end of the new deal. See how that works out. See how that look works out for you. Especially considering that so many fans want to see who? Caitlin Clark. All right? Quote, we are still waiting on the league and teams to show up to these negotiations with the same spirit of compromise. WNBA PA Executive Director Terry Carmichael Jackson told CNBC Thursday. Instead, they have chosen to delay as a pressure tactic. Lockout should not be on the league's mind. It's not. Reaching a fair agreement, though, genuine compromise should be. For well over a year, WNBA players have publicly campaigned for more money given the rising popularity of the league and its stars. The NBA, which owns 42% of the WNBA, negotiated the league's most recent rights deal last year, leading to a six-fold increase in annual TV revenue to roughly $200 million a year. It's actually about $240, I think, now. Quote, this is the biggest moment the WNBA's ever seen. WNBA superstar Caitlin Clark said last month, it's not something that can be messed up, and we're going to have to fight for everything we deserve. But at the same time, we need to play basketball. So, I got to tell you, this is, it doesn't look like this is happening today. That's for sure. And the fact that the league is doing the whole, no, we ain't going to lock out. We'll just chill. By the way, they've been chilling all right. They didn't even counter the last offer. You know your offer's a joke when the entities that you make the offer to doesn't even acknowledge it. They took a look at that joker and was like, all right, they'll get the hint when they don't hear back from us. And they've been very vocal. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. That revenue share thing, yeah, if the players are, and look, the players may be hell-bent on trying to get that. How long do you think a strike's really going to last with all that new money on the table? And the infighting that could cause. Because you're talking about players that were playing last year in this league that made an average of what? $102,000 or something? That was like the average salary. Theoretically going up a lot under the CBA, and they're sitting back going, wait a minute. I'm going to blow hundreds of thousands of dollars this year? Is that what is that what we're trying to do? I've been trying to get coin in my pocket and I could get an extra $300K, $400K, and you want me to ignore that? Boy, the players themselves are liable to go to war with each other. Because you're going to get players that are going to be like, fuck it, I'm going to play. Pay me. Tell me what you think. Hit subscribe. Thanks for watching. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.